Reverend Road. Nadando OGP.
Moment from now. So please let us stand to welcome him. The Vice President.
His Excellency the President.
Content to come and lead us in Muslim prayer.
Please, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله سلمنا وسلم سير الدين يا رب العالمين ونحن فقراء وأنت الغني ونحن ضعفاء وأنت القوي لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك.
We call on Reverend Canon Ajay. To welcome Honorable Alpha Nation, who is the chairman for this occasion.
Dr. Ernest Kuruma, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, the Honorable Vice President, Alhaji Abubakar Siddiq Sam Sumana, Ministers, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Secretary to the President, who doubles also as the Chairman for the OGI Secretariat, the Special Advisor to His Excellency the President, the Director of the OGI Secretariat, Madam Khadija Sise, which is fast transforming itself to the OGP, and you will see why later on. Traditional rulers, all of you are represented here, if not in person, but by proxy, which means we have the whole of Sierra Leone here. I want to remind you again about the story of the Congolese in Kenya, who, when he was dancing around a set of notables in Kenya, requested that they give him a dash for the morning. And they said, "Look, we'll go around the town first, so you come back." I said, "Okay." So he danced around them again, and then straightened his hand. He said, "Well, we told you to go around." He said, "I have." He said, "You haven't?" He said, "I have." He said, "Why?" He said, "Because every section of Kenya town is represented here by its chief, and I have just gone around you, so give me my money." So this morning, all of you are here, all of Sierra Leone is here. The members of parliament and the chiefs, who are the custodians of the land and the traditions of the people, they are here. They are the harbingers of good governance in the regions and the chieftains. You are welcome. The clergy, both Christian and Muslim, they are here also. I see my chief imam from Protocol. He's here, Sheikh Conte. I recognize the regional chief. I recognize the chief regional from Bo. They are all here, Your Excellency. It means that this is a program that has national character, one in which the whole country is committing itself to. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the story of the OGP is very interesting. In 2008, it didn't exist. In 2009, it didn't exist. In 2010, it didn't exist. It came into being in 2011. The OGP. He is the only president who I know it is not election time, peace time. This I call it peace time now. There are no battle lines for ballots drawn. And like he said the last time, he's not canvassing for votes. He doesn't need to sit here and answer questions. He should concentrate on his agenda for prosperity. But he believes that if he's doing something for the people, from time to time, he needs to check himself. Milestones, checkpoints. And some of those checkpoints are assured, and brought to us by the intervention of the OGI Secretariat. From time to time, they have town hall meetings, like this one today. It is a luncheon, but it's also going to turn out into a town hall meeting, where you have the opportunity to cross-examine the government. If you have problems, you let them know. If you have something to say that is good, you're happy about, let the president and the government know. Then they can do more and more and more. But what is important, we are here to launch the Sierra Leone OGP action plan. Sierra Leone was the first to start this kind of open government. Every other president holds town hall meetings only when they are campaigning for votes. Immediately after, they'll forget that. But here we continue, right through the first term, and deep into the second term, His Excellency the President is still fielding questions from the people on a daily basis. You all know he has a number. He doesn't reply to texts, but he reads every text you send them. And those that need action, he has the Citizens Complaints Bureau, which he directs them to. Those that need other action, he will call me, he will call Honorable Adi Kabo, he will call the Minister of Defense, he will call the Minister of Internal Affairs. Anything that happens to affect citizens, he has that number, he receives those things, he reads them and directs them to the right place. He doesn't reply because he needs time to move on with the agenda for prosperity, because if he fails, he will not be forgiven. So the OGP was noticed by no less a person, the OGI was noticed by no less a person than President Barack Obama. So he decided to internationalize it. He called it the Open Government Partnership, OGP. But believe me, you go up Kano, it is the same principles, the same commitments, the same checkpoints, the same everything that we had on the OGI, which President Nkrumah initiated. So from a small idea, from a president from a small country of 6 million people, the idea was noticed by the most powerful man politically in the world, who has decided to internationalize that and bring in a set of like-minded leaders and countries to join. Today, the OGP has 63 members. 63 from 2011 to now. In the space of 3 years, there are 63 members. Sierra Leone is the 23rd member. When President Nkrumah was invited by President Obama, this was discussed also. I also attended a meeting to discuss. At the end of the day, today we are members of that. For us, we would have had automatic membership, but there was a small climb, which most journalists here know about. That was clear, and things moved. So from here, today I'm not making a statement. I am just opening the conference, the launching for those who are supposed to be doing that. But what I want you to remember is that from a small idea, from a small country's president, it has become a global initiative, which is now being used as one of the yardsticks for good governance in the world. For example, there are certain benefits that small developing nations would want to access if you are not a member of the OGP partnership. You cannot benefit from those. So, the idea that was brought by our President Alex has now been brought to become a global idea. We must give the President a big, big hand for that. Thank you very much, and thank you, President Nkrumah. That's why I like Canon Ajay Niko's initiative of open government. Statement, we need now to my idea article to reset Kanjura. So the membership of the OGP, you have as time goes on. Anytime I call any of the
Because this is an OGP forum, not the OGI forum, by English, but the chairman said that Creole, so I think it's for step down and go by the Creole. Let's see if I will, how far we will go. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, Mr. Chairman,
Oh, excuse me. I'm the chairman. Make her help you. You don't correct me. Not to OGI program, now OGP program. Talk English, please. We will explain to my later. Because they listen to America. When I see that camera, after they snap, they will watch my White House.
So when we go by English small, eh? Not so? Yes. Okay. Your Excellency, President Ernest Bai Koroma, Honorable Vice President, Mr. Chairman, members of the High Table, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I bring you greetings and welcome you all. Our purpose here today is to witness the validation of the draft copy of the Sierra Leone Open Government Partnership Action Plan. The Open Government Partnership was established in the year 2011 in the United States of America with the aim of enhancing transparency and good governance. To be eligible for membership, a country must show commitment in 4 key areas and score at least 75%, 12 over 16 points, that is, of the scoring system in place that awards 4 points in the following categories: fiscal transparency, the budget; access to information; income and assets disclosure; citizens engagement, the OGI, I can say. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in furthering the aims of the Open Government Initiative, more so in terms of promoting transparency, fighting corruption, and strengthening good governance in Sierra Leone, the government of President Ernest Bai Koroma has made significant effort in satisfying the criteria of eligibility for the membership of the Open Government Partnership, ends without which Sierra Leone would not have become eligible for membership of this all-important global initiative. The Open Government Partnership outlined 4 eligibility criteria for membership. Sierra Leone had fulfilled 3 out of 4 until last year, in October 2013, when His Excellency the President signed the Freedom of Information Bill and the Right to Access Information Act was passed, which earned Sierra Leone's qualification for membership. Having already sent the letter of intent by the Chief of Staff to the OGP Secretariat in Washington, Sierra Leone was asked to develop its Open Government Partnership Action Plan surrounding 5 grand challenges or components, namely improving public services, increasing public integrity, more effective management of public resources, creating safer communities, improving corporate responsibilities. The next step, ladies and gentlemen, was the action we needed to undertake what has led us to the successful implementation of the draft National Action Plan. Enable them to assist in the process in the selected challenge open government partnership. Mr. Chairman, the Partnership Steering Committee was to inform the development of 3 challenges out of the 5, namely increasing public effective management of public resources. President, the Open Government Initiative engaged the Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, this morning, please be informed that the consultations were driven by the National Steering Committees that is made up of government, private sector, civil society representatives, and of course, the media. A lot has been done that has led us to the draft copy of the Sierra Leone Open Government Partnership National Action Plan. That's why we are here today to validate. On behalf of the Open Government Initiative and the Millennium Challenge Unit under the Office of the Chief of Staff, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity to thank the World Bank for opening their doors to the process. I also want to thank the diasporas who have participated immensely in terms of organizing Sierra Leoneans for easy access to the Open Government Initiative sensitization drive. To name a few of those countries: Guinea, Europe, United Kingdom, and the United States. I also want to register my greatest appreciation to the various civil society organizations for a job well done. I thank you all and welcome.
Better one Industries Transparency Initiative. That na the agency will monitor how we dey buy and sell the iron ore and gold, how we dey treat the people dey outside dey pull am, wetin we dey do with the money, wetin the company dey pay, wetin we dey say dem pay, wetin the company say dem pay. That balance, that accounting balance, we don try for years for them to become members. All 10 they dey reject you. Canon Ajayi could pray for let that happen for me. We see not have any present a letter from Madam Claire Short, former Minister of the OGP, Overseas Development Agency in England, when I am the chairperson for the EITI Secretariat in the world. This letter is dated 28th April. Everything at 28th April. What is independence? The day after independence, what is so? What is it? You can 27? Now we saw the rule. But the letter, it got an independence anniversary prize when they give this present. And this letter says, I will just read the first line, you know, my client. In fact, you may just say to His Excellency President Ernest Bai Koroma, State House, Sierra Leone. Your Excellency, congratulations on EITI compliant country status. Sierra Leone is now EITI compliant. And its suspension is lifted as of 26 April 2014. Waiting make the knowledge time 27 April now Sunday. Not so. So they lift on the Friday and the Saturday before that. So that independence camp, we were already clean. So we are a transparent country. So if we don't do that, then people they will put that report 10 days here. Say we the losses, pan the minerals. Because we give tax exemption. This don't tell them, say not true. Because what is it saying is that better today, better past yesterday. That is what this is saying. Today, better past yesterday. Yesterday, natural community. You don't get 100,000 jobs inside it. Today they did it. Now, sir, you don't get 50,000 jobs. Now, at that, you don't get 10,000 jobs. Construction. This where I get for call. Now, the person where him and me be there, where President Kuruma make this pronouncement, we go together, say, how good is this? This part of the new concept. In the world. Where will we copy? Believe me, we will not get no paper published anywhere in the world who for try to set up the secretariat and in terms of reference. Now, for the capacity to go to Rabbi, what do you mean? This will be I waiting for you. Anyway, that was in the end, they can tell me for the next thing when they say, what is the OGP mean to government? That now none other than the former Minister of Information and Communication, the President's Special Advisor to His Excellency, Honorable I.B. Kado.
Just invite Christine Akrio. Your Excellency the President, Honorable Vice President, Ministers of Government, Chiefs, members of the clergy, members of the fourth estate, ladies and gentlemen. Today now a very great day for me, because waiting the president they don't think as part of the governance structure, we don't see how bit by bit the international community will accept in thinking. When we came to office in 2007, when the president will talk about the OGI, believe me, we never believe say OGP therefore come. But the president initiated in thinking. Now we say, okay, this may be a great risk, but now this is the president, so we formed the Open Government Initiative. A good number of the good people there, including the Minister of Information, and the President himself continued for guiding step by step until we set up the Open Government Initiative. At that time, for keep the history book straight, the UNDP will begin for help me for putting in place the mechanisms so that we will put in place a system where we promote the governance structure of the state. Because the UNDP did not see the president as somebody who believes in democracy, and that it's not difficult for me to convince her for making accept the concept of OGI. And again, I also thank the colleagues in the cabinet for accepting the cabinet paper where we introduced the concept of the OGI. The OGI at the time, through the directions of the president, is that for begin to make people that in governance, for engage the ordinary people, the people themselves are able to engage those in governance, so that people then will know what will happen inside government, in what we call the Open Government Initiative. In fact, the president will extend that to the point whereby he thinks even the parliamentarians therefore talk to the people, therefore be answerable to the people. So when we put in place the structures, and thanks to the very hard work of Khadija, he tried his very best for bringing even members of parliament to the people. He can't go television for me to explain what they do. He even attempt for assess we were in government, which we do for make the country go before. So it's very, very important. So what we have to do at the time, through the instructions of the president, and he says, believe that I don't think he knows he exists anywhere. It is just part of his own thinking that we will run an open government. Now we say then we set up the Open Government Initiative. And we say when we take part in the process, we feel very, very happy. Because we begin to see how the president thinks. The transparency component of it all. He also gets direct relationship with the Anti-Corruption Commission. So you see now how the president thinks in a way that the country never gone before. we also look at even the initiative, even the thinking of the people, get for do with how government is run. Because in the end, you never for wait till election time come before you come with a manifesto. You for come with ideas, and throughout that period, the president will come with ideas. So as we continue with the Open Government Initiative, as Khadija and the team and the OGI office continue for go all over the country, for meet people in real government arrangement, that is how you run a modern government. For meet people and really ask questions. The questions were very, very clear. What you will therefore do for make we improve electricity? Like you ask them kind of questions in it. What you will do for make we improve health care? Like you ask the questions in it. And I'll show you, see, even the government benefits a lot from those questions. Because that was the thinking of the ordinary people. So we're very, very happy that the Open Government Initiative, where the government put together, the president put together, it does succeed. Quite clearly, if you allow me for giving grades to some of the institutions where we set up after the elections of 2007, I will easily tell you the OGI stands out as one of the most successful ones. Again, we move on to the next point, the Open Government Partnership. The chairman don't talk a lot about the thinking and how it started. And of course, other people talk about time as time goes on. But again, the president in thinking is that Sierra Leone forget Padilla. And when we say Sierra Leone forget Padilla, not to all man of future like go to Obama in Barana, go Sidonde. See, we all are Padilla to you. The man who we elect as president, now get the greater opportunity for President Obama for talk about Sierra Leone. And during the discussions between him and Obama and other heads of state, ideas will come up. And when the ideas will come up, if he sees that useful ideas for develop the country, and don't forget that he believes in good governance, he will always say that we shall be part of this process. I don't tell you that we are members of this process. So we say, we apply, we want to be part of this process. We don't already start to be part of this process. In fact, I would easily say that other people don't borrow this process from we. If we get one man at this hall, I don't know whether one of the members of staff will be there information there, and Yancy and others. Let's say that we go bring a consultant from Nigeria for can teach we how to do the attitudinal change. We go bring a guy, we lodge him, we get space, everything. But the boys that we sabi work so hard, we don't boys in there. The presidency, the TFRA, and the Minister for Presidential Affairs, information, we work so hard that we come up with a very solid document with the president says we happy about. And you go through cabinet. But what happened? One day I did Lagos, I tuned the television. I see this Nigeria party, they talk about the attitudinal change and open government initiative. Like say an idea now. If I don't have big consultancy, na Kano State. Now I say, but we say, ask how long did you work out this part? They say, well, this part, okay, I don't need party. So the man today, he don't take them people as they are, and he's a very important man in Kano State. But thanks to Sierra Leone, let's have benefit from what we able to put together. But the important thing is, the centerpiece of this whole GP is the citizen himself. The citizen. How he will behave for be part of wider society. How the citizens will benefit from the resources of the state. They talk about iron ore. We talk about diamonds. The president ain't talking Friday. He said 30, 40 years from now, anybody will go to Losar if you don't say that the demand iron ore there. Because they foresee hospital, they foresee school, for sure TV they happen there. So this is how we believe, say, the OGP very important. Ask us and we'll always give you support. To us it's important. The president has always provided leadership, and I feel proud of him because he thinks above other people ahead